Hello there. Thank you so much for tuning in again. My name is Mary. I'd like to welcome you to my very new YouTube channel, and this is my second video. For those of you that watched the first video, if you are a returning friend, I would like to say thank you so much for joining me again today. And for those of you, this is the very first time you're watching it, I would like to say a very huge thank you. So for all of you, welcome, welcome. And today's video will focus on, but briefly, on how I got into law of attraction. My desire and my goal is to kind of introduce you into how I communicate, what my thinking process kind of it is, and my flow. That way, you and I can both establish early on what it is that I could do to improve, to deliver this amazing topic to you. And always remember, I'm not an expert. I'm just like you. I got into the law of attraction, manifesting, meditation. I have had some amazing results. And when I say amazing, they include this kind of amazement and so much more that I am going to share with you along the way. Again, today is how did I get into this? Well, I was well above the age of 30. So I want to make sure you understand that age is irrelevant on when you get into this topic, but there's something that you have to realize that after you've grown up in a family, an environment where the beliefs are very different from those that are in the teachings of LOA, manifesting, meditation, spirituality, magnetic energy, universal consciousness, it can be a bit overwhelming. But you have the power to decide to simplify it and not let it overwhelm you. Yes, it's easier said than done, but the main thing that will lead to this being a relatively user-friendly subject and bring results for real in your life is, again, you deciding that you're going to put in a little bit of effort and not manual labor, not that deep effort, just some commitment in that you are willing to try things a little bit different without judging them too quickly and or too with so much skepticism. Just kind of disregard what you know and give it this soft belief and or this awareness that these many manifesting LOA channels and people like myself that want to come here and share, it's because we have discovered, we have learned, or we have experienced the power that this contains. So how did I get into this? 4 years ago, 2018, late 2018, early 2019, I had been very new in Santa Barbara, California, where, as we all know, the cost of living is through the roof. I lived about 7, 8 miles from Montecito. So we all know the cost of living here is high. But more than that, we also know that when you believe in something, when you trust the universe, that things beyond your comprehension can come to fruition. So after moving to Santa Barbara, California, I was at one point in a rather tight financial situation. I was living in a tiny studio for like $1,200. I had my car note, insurance, phone bill, all these things. Gas was expensive. Well, it's now way through the roof. But at that time, it was all new to me, and trust me, it was a challenge. So in late 2018, 2019, in a financial bind, XYZ, I had gotten my car repossessed because I was barely unable to keep up with my financial requirements or obligations. And so at one point in time, I genuinely thought that if the trajectory on where I am keeps going, I was almost guaranteed to be homeless. But I knew that there was more to life than that. There was more to me than that. All I gotta do is tap into the extraordinary powers that our brains and our minds and our sixth sense possesses. So I basically sank myself into a lot of YouTube self-help podcasts, started reading a lot of self-help books, and along the way, I came across a video of an interview with Tom Bilyeu of Impact Theory and Dr. Joe Dispenza. Oh my God. This was literally a life-changing podcast to watch or interview to watch. And the main takeaway from that for me was that we, meaning you and I, have the power to brainwash ourselves in order to produce the results that we are seeking. It does not mean that will happen like a light bulb overnight, even though I have had some manifestations that were literally within hours, within days, within months. But I can say this one has been a little more within a few years, more specifically 2.5 years or 3 years. But it came at the perfect timing, just like you will end up noticing if you get into this, that everything comes in a perfect timing. So I watched this interview with Dr. Joe Dispenza, and Dr. Joe Dispenza was very, what's the word that I'm looking for? Very convincing. And once somebody delivers a message in a very convincing way, and you take it to heart, and you practice a little bit of what they're sharing, and you start seeing results, then you're going to go a little deeper. But once I believed that we have the power to heal ourselves, the power to brainwash our minds, the power to transform our thinking, I literally took that and ran with it. So every day, the things that Dr. Joe Dispenza said were, just decide that you can do this, and start with just believing, watching things that affirm that over and over, as well as meditation. Mind you, before this 2018 time, I had never meditated before, and I was not aware of what meditation all entails. I thought that was reserved for the monks and the mystics and the spiritual intelligent gurus, but not for regular people like me. But no, I was mistaken. So I started meditating for 5 minutes a day. I then learned about the power of gratitude in association with speeding up your manifestations. So I started watching a daily, or I'm sorry, not so much watching, but listening to a daily gratitude affirmation video, which I've also linked down below. It is by the YouTube channel You Are Creators, and I believe the man behind is Justin. So while I'm at this moment right here, because I like to give credit where credit is due, a huge thank you to Tom Bilyeu, Dr. Joe Dispenza, and Justin of You Are Creators. as well as the many YouTube channels or the many YouTube guests that have inspired me on this journey. And there are way too many to name, so I'm sort of focusing on the ones that became my daily habit. So a little backwards again. So I started meditating 5 minutes a day. And the first 5 minutes, trust me, was not easy, just shutting down, closing my eyes, shutting my eyes, laying back, and trying to be quiet for 5 minutes. My mind would just go, 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 go. But guess what? I was able within 2 weeks to increase it to 10 minutes, 2 weeks later, 15 minutes, and basically roughly every 2 weeks, I increased it by 5 minutes until a few weeks later, maybe a little over a month later, I was able to get to 45 minutes. And then before you know it, I was able to get to an hour. And during this phase that I'm meditating, I started listening to the gratitude affirmations every single morning. The minute I wake up, I would meditate. And as I'm getting ready for work and or for the day, I would listen to these gratitude affirmations. And then along the way, I got into the I Am affirmations, also by You Are Creators YouTube channel. And I'm one of those people, once I find something that's clearly working for me, I basically stick to that. So these affirmation and gratitude videos became my daily staple. So in the morning, I'd listen to, as I got ready, listen to the gratitude affirmations. On my way to work, on my lunch break, I would listen to the I Am affirmations. On my way from work, I would, and like I said, on my lunch break, on my way from work, every minute I got, I was either on gratitude affirmations, I Am affirmations, and within time, because I had a job where I had a 1 hour lunch break, I started using that 1 hour lunch break to meditate. So, and when you're into something, it does not feel like it's a chore. I had a level of excitement that I could not explain because that's all I wanted to do. So I would watch over and over a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza. I would watch over and over a lot of self-help, motivational, LOA, manifesting community videos. And I would meditate a lot to where, like I said, I got to an hour, and then to where I would sometimes do it twice a day, an hour in the morning, 15 to 30 minutes at night. I'd listen for a little over an hour to gratitude affirmations and repeat them. A little over an hour to I Am affirmations and repeat them. And the beautiful thing is, with listening to affirmations, as long as you put your headphones in, turn the volume real low to where you can still hear it, and then keep doing what you're doing keep doing what you're working on. If you're at work, if you're doing something that you can have your AirPods or headphones in, it doesn't mean you have to take those 2 hours out of the day to just sit and do that. You can sort of multitask, because those affirmations, the repetitions of it, basically do not need you to do anything but let them sink into your subconscious. So once I repeated that over and over and over, something shifted within myself. And I also started observing people in more positive light, and with a positive thinking, all I would think was, everybody's trying their best. Or if somebody was not the best person in my view light for that day, or not the best responsive, if somebody was just basically being a dick or a bitch, I would just try to see it, oh, maybe they're having a rough day. There's no need to lash out. And after all, I was so much at peace, so much contentment, and things started happening slowly but surely, amazingly, to where I no longer worried so much about the material things, but I was so much at peace, at such a content place, and like this shade had been lifted from my eyes, and I was able to see my fellow human beings as just another person who is doing the best that they can with the knowledge that they have. And because I don't make this video so redundant and so long, I am going to sort of leave it at that, with the conclusion being how I got into law of manifestation. Law of attraction and manifesting was the first video for me, was Dr. Joe Dispenza and Tom Bilyeu, which is linked below, followed with gratitude affirmations, linked down below, followed with I am affirmations, linked down below, and I would repeat those things over and over and over, and on top of it, I would meditate once to twice a day. And it doesn't matter. If you want to start with 3 minutes of meditation, that's amazing. And then the next 2 weeks, go to 6 minutes. That's amazing. You will start noticing a change that I cannot put it in words for you, because it was hard for me to put it in words for myself, but I innately knew that something was changing. And how I got into this again, it's because, again, I was in a financial bind. My car had been repossessed. I felt rather desperate for a way to make my ends meet. But in practicing the things that I just recently discussed, somehow, a way I can't explain, manifestations started happening right, left, and center. And I am not kidding. And I genuinely felt like, oh wow, what's going on in my life? Because I somehow would log into my bank account, which was previously negative $22, and I had and all of a sudden was positive $199. I'm kidding you not. And this was after I literally knew there was no refunds coming from anywhere, no transactions that have been messed up. And sometimes that negative balance would have been there for a while. So for it to all of a sudden turn into a huge positive balance, it threw me off. But all I could say is that I knew that this was part of that work that I was doing. And then you also got to realize and give yourself some space and credit when you are trying, when you're working at it, that it takes a while, and as you practice, to change beliefs that you've had since childhood, that you've had for so long. So it doesn't matter if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 90. This is doable for all of us. So the next video, I can't wait to share how the next part of the manifestations began after I was meditating for an hour, listen to the gratitude affirmations, I am affirmations, repeatedly listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza's video below over and over. Literally, there was like a mental shift that I cannot explain. It's only explainable if you experience it firsthand, but at the same time, I guarantee you this is possible for everyone, anyone, and everyone. And without further ado, I want to appreciate you if you have stuck this long out with me, or if you stuck it out this long with me to this part of the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you in another 24 to 48 hours. And I would greatly appreciate it if you moved to like, comment, subscribe, comment, like, subscribe, like, and comment, whatever direction you feel like. Thank you. See you next time, and I appreciate you being here with me tonight. Peace.